The fight to preserve DC go-go music blew up on social media once again last night. Now, you might have seen it trending with the hashtag Don't Mute DC and what appeared to be hundreds of people flooding 14th and U streets. Everybody was dancing to go-go. It looked like everybody was having a very good time. Michael Quander is live in Shaw where this fight first began. So the question I have, what sparked last night?
Yeah, that's a good question. I got to tell you, though, it was lit. Twitter was going crazy last night, Reese. It seemed to be a mixture between a protest, but also a celebration, all centered around this Metro PCS store right here on Chuck Brown Way and Florida Avenue. This store, legendary, a DC staple. I used to walk up and down here back and forth from high school in my early days of high school, I got to tell you, and you would hear the go-go just cranking from a little box they would have out here, a speaker box, and that music would just fill this entire intersection. An intersection that you can see right behind you is now changing. There are new buildings, cranes, there are condo buildings going up, new people moving in here. Someone complained about that music, and that music had to be shut off from the owner, but that didn't last for that long because the DC natives stood up, stood out, and actually started that hashtag Don't Mute DC and got that music back on. And take a look at this video from yesterday, because this shows that even though the music is back on now, that protest and that fight to keep DC music alive has not slowed down. Last night, some bands turned U and 14th Street into a real live go-go. I mean, you could see people flooding the streets, singing, doing a little beat your feet on the sidewalk there. A lot of people just pulled out their phones also and started snapping pictures, recording video, and posting tweets. Tweets like this one right here from Gianna Bowler. She tweeted she was extremely proud to be a Washingtonian. Again, this is a mixture of protest and celebration of pride here. We also had Sheila Brennan, who said, listen to longtime DC residents, respect and learn about the culture and the history of DC.
If you scared of go-go music being played in your neighborhood, why are you here? It's definitely a sign of the gentrification, and it's a sign of people, you know, that are like not willing to just give up everything.
People are definitely still fighting for their culture here. That was DJ Dirty Rico and Andre Whiteboy Johnson from Rare Essence. Look, we sat down with them to talk about the history of go-go. We also talked to them about the changing face of DC and how gentrification has affected the go-go culture. And I got to tell you, we're going to have that full story with them coming up later on tomorrow morning on Get Up DC as a part of my For the Cultural segment. So, Reese, I want people to come back and tune in for that.
Michael, I love you for the culture segment. That's when I get to use my real voice, my Saturday night voice. Oh, yeah, you know all about it.
Oh, no, I hate it.
All right, thanks a lot, Michael. I'm actually going to go into more depth on this topic in my final thought in about 15 minutes.